For the longest time, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was my absolute favorite Sonic game. It's miles ahead of the first one in every possible way, and it has miles. The graphics are better, the zones are better, the music is better, and of course it introduced us to Tails, whom I just mentioned. Even if he does manage to do nothing but die. Lots. Sonic 2 is simply a better game, and I knew that even as a kid. Sonic 2 was always the one I wanted to play, even though I could never get past Chemical Plant Zone without help from my dad. Yeah, that stage is kinda infamous for minigamers, myself included. These days, I can get through it no problem, but as a kid, that stage was death. All the moving platforms, the weird purple water, or what was it, mutagen or some crap? I don't know. Maybe. That's Ninja Turtles. And the damn spiders that would hold on to you until they explode. Chemical Plant Zone was hell, man. But like I said, it's no big deal now. I can breeze through this whole game in no time. Unless I stop to get the Chaos Emeralds, in which case, I never beat it. Because the special stages are too fucking hard. I love the music, but man are they a pain. Especially if you have Tails with you. All he ever does is collect rings, run right into bombs, and lose those rings, costing you the emerald. Never try to get Supersonic unless you're playing as Sonic only. The rest of the game, though, is a blast. Most of the zones are pretty awesome. Casino Night Zone is arguably the most iconic Sonic stage, behind Green Hill Zone, and I absolutely love the music in Hilltop Zone. The stages do tend to get harder towards the end, though. Oil Ocean Zone is pretty damn hard to navigate, and Metropolis Zone is just ridiculous. It's 3 acts of forks in the road, crazy obstacles, and exploding starfish. These starfish are from hell. They always get you. Always. Especially when you're on one of those giant screw things. Without even hesitating, I can honestly say the starfish badniks are my least favorite enemies in any game ever. Another thing I've always obsessed over in this game is the Pit of Death in Mystic Cave Zone. Mystic Cave Zone itself is a pretty cool stage, and it's not really that hard, but in Act 2, you get to this part where you have to pull a rope to get this bridge to come down over this gap. They introduced you to that idea in the last stage, and even more so in this stage. But I can't tell you how many times I've jumped and missed this particular rope. And once that happens, you're done. You fall into this long pit with nothing but spikes on the bottom. It's such a beginner's trap. It's even worse if you get stuck as Supersonic because you're invincible until your rings run out. This is easily my least favorite part of the game. Well, behind the starfish, of course. The ending is epic. You get to fly around on the Tornado 1 and fight a bunch of badniks in the sky. It's a very peaceful stage with very peaceful music. But it's all over once you get to Robotnik's airship. Now you have to navigate the beasts and get inside. Once inside, you have to fight Silver Sonic, a precursor to Metal Sonic, and it can be pretty tough, mostly because there's no rings in the area. I can normally get past him pretty easy these days, but once I get to Robotnik himself, it's over. By that point, I'm lucky to have any rings, and it's so hard to attack him. I've only ever beat the final boss legitimately once. Every other time I use Supersonic codes or something. Even though I find myself playing through this game a lot, I normally stop by the time I get to Metropolis Zone. Regardless of how bad I am at this game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will forever be one of my favorite Sonic games, and it's definitely the one I look back with the most nostalgia. Tune in next time when I'll take a look at one of the first spin-off titles, literally, Sonic Spinball.